Fear is exhausting and fear is isolating. If you've ever been afraid and just didn't know why, if you've ever just been exhausted from fighting anxiety, well, this video is going to be for you. I want to introduce you to a book called Held that I wrote because I lived these experiences. I went through this. I felt the isolation that fear brought upon. I felt the exhaustion that anxiety dropped on my shoulders. And Held is it's not just any book, it's a daily devotional that's built on fear, trust, and the nearness to God. It's built on scripture. It's not a self-help book. It's not a formula to get rid of your fear and anxiety. And it's not therapy. You know, I'm not a therapist. I wrote this book based on lived experience. And the central idea to it is that God's near you regardless. He's not distant from you in your fear and anxiety. He's right there with you. And you just need to trust him through the process. So the book itself is in 4 volumes, and it's a full year, 365 days. It's a singular journey. But I broke it up into 4 volumes because as I was writing it, and I was putting everything together, and I had all this scripture, and I finally was putting the final touches on it, I just felt it was huge. I felt like I was just going to drop a copy of the Divine Comedy on your lap and say, here you go, good luck. I just didn't want it to be overwhelming like that. So I looked at it and I broke it down into 4 distinct volumes, and each one's designed to stand by itself, right? I don't want anybody to feel like you have to pick this book up volume 1, day 1 of January 1st, right? It's really designed to be picked up. Your day 1 is your day 1, whether that's today, tomorrow, or sometime over the summer. Whenever you pick up the book, and it could be any volume, whichever one's speaking to you, because it's broken down into a few different arcs, right? So volume 1 is really focused on beginning to be aware of God and our fears and being able to trust him in that process. Volume 2 is building upon that, right? Each one kind of builds upon the other one, and it's really about our perseverance and surrender, right? Sometimes we just have to surrender to God while we entrust him in that. Volume 3 is focused on hope and restoration. We start to see a little bit of healing there, right? Maybe the fear is loosening its grip on us. We're not so focused on it. And then volume 4 is focused on peace and belonging, right? You're really starting to accept where you are in this process. So again, it's a journey. It's not a checklist. It's you move through it as you see fit. You want to jump around, jump around. Because each week is going to have its own unique weekly theme. So it'll be, this week we're focused on God's nearness to us and our fears, or something like that. And then each theme is going to have a weekly teaching, right? There's going to be a little lesson involved in that. And then we're going to break down into the dailies, right? So each day is going to have scripture. I designed the scripture to be looked at in a prayerful method called Lectio Divina. If you're not familiar with that, I'm actually going to be doing another video on Lectio Divina to really explain to it, but it's really a prayerful and meditative and contemplative way to dive into scripture. It's actually changed my life. So I definitely, if you're interested in, if you're actually going to pick up the books, I would recommend, if you're not familiar with Lectio Divina, taking some time and viewing that video. And so again, like I said, you're going to have the scripture. I do a little reflection on it, a little guided reflection there. Take it for what it is. There's also going to be journal space on the opposite side of each page. You can do your own reflections. Just put the information down there. But again, I think it's designed to be at your own pace, right? You can jump in and out. If you see a theme that's really speaking to you that week, jump into that theme. It's not a checklist. I don't want it to be one of those daily devotionals where you feel you need to be like, all right, I'm jumping in and I got to follow it through all the way 365. Yeah, so wherever you are kind of in your relationship, I do think that there's going to be a volume that's going to speak to you. We're looking to launch on Pentecost Sunday, which is May 24th of 2026. So I'm going to put some links in the description there. But again, just, subscribe to the video. We're going to be doing some guided meditations in leading up to the launch. So you can subscribe to the video, and then you'll get information regarding reminders during the launch date and a link where you can actually get our book. So again, I really want you to know you're not alone in this journey, and you're always being held in God's arms. So thank you very much.